Today we have the world's first Snapdragon 888 camera phone here in my hands, and it's called the Xiaomi Mi 11. And pretty much it's another first for Xiaomi, and really they ended 2020 with a big bang, while others are, well, having a bad year for year 2020, but Xiaomi had a really nice run for 2020, and they even ended it with this launch in China before the year ends. So do you want to know how good this phone is? Come on, let's watch the full video. After we unbox the Mi 11, all I can say really is wow. The design is really great, really neat. What I really like about the first impression on this phone is the thickness. It's really thin, and it's really light on my hands. Well, of course, we know that Xiaomi has been copying Apple since then, and they even took away this one important element, the charger. And so I had to add two things to the cart just to check out the Mi 11. And yeah, luckily I was able to get the 55 watts GAN charger from Xiaomi, which is another new stuff from Xiaomi, and probably they made this just to sell the charger separately with the Mi 11. And yes, the box is pretty thin this time around. I can say that since the launch of the Mi 3, which I have here, this two box is almost identical in terms of thickness, which was really back then, and yeah, the size is almost identical. Well, except the logo is upside down, so yeah, it's the right side up. And yep, this is the box of the Mi 3, this is the box of the Mi 11. The thickness is almost the same. And really funny though, Xiaomi has been making their box bigger and bigger, and the Mi 10 Ultra, even one of the tallest box I've ever unboxed from Xiaomi, and right now they nerfed it down to this one. So let's not talk about the box, but let's talk about the phone itself. So this phone is in my hands right now. It sports the Snapdragon 888, which I said it's the world's first from Xiaomi, and well, it's the latest from Qualcomm Snapdragon, a 5nm chipset. Too bad it's not the first. The first one is from Huawei, the 5nm chipset. It belongs to the Huawei Mate 40 Pro. And this one is also coupled with Adreno 660, which is, well, one nice GPU for this phone. And first up, of course, let's check Antutu benchmark. It just gathered 671,000 points out of the box. which I think is a bit low for this phone. It has been advertising it should get around something like 730,000 points on the Antutu, but well, too bad this is, well, what we see out of the box. But surprisingly, I got a good score on 3D Mark, giving it a 7,495 on Slingshot Extreme, which is, I think this is a good score for gaming. And checking iTutu benchmark, which is checking the AI capability of this phone, it garnered a 921,000 points, which is, I think it's my first time to see a points this high. And normally on other flagship like Snapdragon 865, the accuracy on the iTutu benchmark is only roughly 21,000, 22,000, but this one, and this time around, the Snapdragon 888 garnered an accuracy of 40,000 points, which is a big step up on this chipset. Now, this phone has a 6.81 screen sporting an AMOLED of 120Hz refresh rate, which is good, and it's also coupled with HDR10 and 480Hz of touch sampling rate. And one surprise that I saw on this phone, it has the all-new Corning Gorilla Victus protection on the front and the Corning Gorilla Glass at the back. I'm not sure what numbers at the back, but definitely it's somewhere should be 5 or 6. Then it has an aluminum frame, making this phone durable. But I saw on Twitter somebody broke this phone into two during a band test. Maybe he's just really mad at his new phone. I'm not sure why. Now there's two kind of back on this phone. Either you go for the Corning Gorilla Glass back or you go for the synthetic leather back, which I think it comes in 6 colors. There's the black, there's the white, and there's the blue for the Corning Gorilla Glass back. And there's the purple and the khaki for the synthetic leather back, as well as a special edition with the autograph of the Xiaomi Mi 11 ambassador, none other than CEO Major. And this phone comes in 3 variants. Either comes with an 8128 storage, 8256 storage, or the 12256 storage. All of them are UFS 3.1. Now, checking the screen, I can say it's really responsive. Having the 120Hz of screen refresh rate, it's really nice and candy to my eye. The movement and the switching of screen is really very smooth. And yeah, I've been really much used to 120Hz of screen refresh rate. Going back to 60 is, well, something that I wouldn't really do. And I would normally turn on the 120Hz all day long. Now, this phone comes with a new technology. It's called the DisplayMate A+. As you can see on my screen right now, the display resolution, you can either choose from FHD+, which saves battery, or you can choose the WQHD+, which adds a lot of quality to your display. And did you know that this phone already has a 1 billion color display? Well, it is quite nuts, but it's here in my hands. So right now, let's focus ourselves on the camera. It has a triple camera back. Wait a minute, going back to triple camera? It's so roughly 2007-ish. Anyways, it has a 108MP aperture 1.9 together with a 13MP ultra wide lens and of course a 5MP macro lens. It can shoot up to 8K of videos. Also, it can also shoot up to 4K 60fps video, which I think is really nice. It also has an image stabilization on this camera, which makes the video quality very stable. Now up front, we have a 20MP selfie camera, which can shoot up to 1080p 30fps video. So how about taking some quick look on some camera shots from the rear cam? Well, you can see that it's really nice. What more can I say? Outdoor shots are really great, sharp, vivid, and yeah, though I can say that the quality shots is not far from the Mi 10 Pro and the Mi 10 Ultra. Well, I think it's almost the same. I didn't see much improvement on this camera. Now let's check some shots from the front camera. Okay, those front shots are really nice, especially taking some bokeh shots on this phone, the portrait. It's really, really nice. You can see the edges, very, very clean cut. Okay, so I don't see any smudges or distortion on my ears or on my hair. It's just really plain and simple. Really, really good. Now let's check some videos from the rear camera. Wow, I can say that shooting at 4K 60 FPS on this rear camera is really, really nice. You can see the image is so stable. I was shooting it while I'm walking and I have no gimbal on my hands or on my pocket. I'm just a lazy guy. Don't want to carry all those stuff on my bag and yeah, just shoot it just like this. Walking just like this and see the result.
Hey guys, it's me Mitch002 and right now I'm holding the Xiaomi Mi 11 and this is how it looks like when you're vlogging using its front camera. It's really, really nice, really stable, and I can say that it's probably one of the good vlogging phone to start of 2021.
Okay, so after checking the video on the front camera, I can see that it's a little bit shaky. Not the stabilization that I want on this phone. I expect it a little bit better, but the rear camera is good. But the front camera for video, I think it's a little bit shaky, especially when you're walking, you feel that it's jerking. But not too much like other cameras, but still, I expect more. Now checking some zoom shots on this phone, this is the 1X, the 10X, and the 30X. Now I can see the 10X and the 30X is a bit, the quality is not bad. The 10X especially is good. This is almost as good as what you can see when you close in or walk a little bit near. But the 30X you can see it's a bit grainy, but still the quality is still not bad. Really not bad. Now this phone comes with a stereo speaker, a Harman Kardon speaker. Well, I can say that that brand needs quality for your music. And some of the other features on this phone is that it has an in-screen fingerprint scanner, it has a Wi-Fi 6 capability, and also it has a built-in NFC as well as Bluetooth 5.2 capability. Well, this phone comes with a 4,600 mAh of battery, and it can charge up to 55 watts, except that you don't have any charger included in the package. So I bought this one, the 55 watts charger. I tried to charge this phone using the 120 watts charger that I have together with my Mi 10 Ultra, and I drained this phone down to 90%. And of course, charge it back up using this one, the 120 watts, and together with the cable that comes with the 120 watts. And guess what? I only got 43 watts, which is quite surprising from a Snapdragon 888 chipset. It promised me a 55 watts, but well, based on my watt meter, I only got 43 watts. So, well, charging time just took me 44 minutes from 19 to 100, and Xiaomi promises it can charge it fully from 0 to 100 in just 45 minutes. So if it reaches 55, maybe it could have been faster. Now, we were able to drain the battery down to 15% for the second time around and use another charger on it. And this time, it's the 55 watts GAN charger from Xiaomi. And guess what? I was able to squeeze out 52 watts from this charger. Strange, but well, that's what my watt meter said. And it just took me roughly 42 minutes to complete the charging cycle from 15 to 100 using this charger. Now, we put this phone to a battery stress test using the PC Mark battery stress test, and guess what? Using just 50% of the brightness, it was able to just squeeze out an 8 hour and 52 minutes, which is, for me, well, that's a flagship phone, and giving me this kind of numbers is not so really good. Just 9 hours of screen off time could have been better. Now, I would really like to comment on what's happening on the Mi 11, and yes, Xiaomi has been copying Apple since then, and well, after Apple dropped its charger from its package of the iPhone 12, Xiaomi just posted on their Twitter, making fun of Apple, saying that, hey, we still have our charger, but hey, look at Xiaomi now, no chargers. And this move really is bad for consumers. Why? Because you know that manufacturers always include the most optimal charger for this phone. Well, this one being a flagship, I'm trying to test whatever charger is the most compatible with this one, and it seems to me this one is the most compatible one. 55 watts of GAN charger, squeezing out just 52 watts, Meanwhile, the 120 watts just squeeze out 43 watts, which is really, really mysterious on what's happening inside this phone. So yeah, I would really want to say that I hope the Xiaomi would think twice again and put back the charger, the most optimal charger for your flagship inside their next few flagship to come. And this phone also comes with a 50 watts wireless charging capability as well as 10 watts reverse charging for you to charge other phones or for emergency purpose. It also has a PD 3.0 capability as well as PUC 4.0 plus. Now, before we end this review, I just want to take a quick look on how gaming is on this phone. So, trying Call of Duty, I can turn on every single high settings on this phone. Well, should. So, the gameplay is really nice. I can say that the speakers, the dual speakers using the Harman Kardon speakers, really, really nice. You can feel the sound is really immersive. I can see that I really like the sound, and it's refined from both sides of the phone. So making your gameplay more immersive and really, really enjoyable on this phone. Now, let me watch some videos on YouTube using this phone. I can see that it's really, really nice. The picture quality, I can say that I think it has stepped up from the Mi 10 Ultra that I have. And well, I did try to compare it side by side. It's not really that much noticeable, but I can say that on this phone, it seems to be a little bit better compared to the Mi 10 Ultra. So guys, what do you think of this phone? The Mi 11, the latest flagship from Xiaomi, equipped with the Snapdragon 888 and 108 MP camera. I can say that, well, it's new design, it's really light, the sound is nice, the pictures is nice. But if you're somebody who's like me, coming off from the Mi 10 Ultra, I think that it's still nice to stay with your Mi 10 Ultra. The changes on this phone compared to the Mi 10 Ultra is not that drastic, especially the scores from the Antutu benchmark. My Mi 10 Ultra got a 640,000 points from Antutu, and this one got 670. So the change is not that drastic, and the Mi 10 Ultra is still number 2 on DxOMark. So yeah, I think if you have that unit, the Mi 10 Ultra, you can still stick to it. But if you have something like the Mi 9, I think this is a good upgrade to have for the start of this year. So if you have some comment on the comment section below, and let's have some discussion. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future reviews here on my channel. So I do hope to see you in my next video. Goodbye.